Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Yoanta Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakhila Shakti Dharasvadhamna Amnyansh Hastacharana Shravanatvagadin प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समचरण सरोजं सान्द्रनीलाम्बुदाभं जघननिहितपाणिं मण्डनं मण्डनानां तरुणतुलसीमालां कन्धरं कञ्जनेत्रं सदयधवलहासं विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि. Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Mahatmas in tonight's Sant Eknath Maharaj's Bhagawat commentary. We are doing chapter 19, and we have finished first 70 OVs. Over to Sajid ji to start from 71st.
OV 71. I will now tell how great sages had such devotion for me, and through that they reached me.
ज्ञानविज्ञानयज्ञेन मामिष्ट्वात्मात्मनात्मनि मामिष्ट्वात्मानमात्मनि सर्वयज्ञपतिं मां वै संसिद्धिं मुनयो गमन्.
Meaning of the verse: having worshipped me, their inner controller and bestower of the fruit of all sacrifices, who am in their own heart, sages have attained to me alone in the form of highest perfection. 72. Sages who are thus enriched by both types of knowledge worship me through an inner sacrifice or yajna. 73. What do? Their heart is the place of yajna. They dig out the doubts in that heart and prepare the ground plain. Their faith is the three boundaries of the pit, which are called Shama, Dhamma, and Virakti: control of mind, control of activity, and desirelessness. OV 74. The anvil is composed of Jiva, the temporary, and Shiva, the eternal. They are called Arani. The mantra given by the Guru is the churning rod, and the fire is without smoke, which is then made ready in the pit. 75. The pure Sattva Guna is the ghee, and Rajas and Tamas are the other articles of oblation. The yogic kriyas are the mantras, and the wooden ladle is desirelessness. 76. They kill the beast, which is the urge to imagine and project thought, by wielding the sharp weapon of divine knowledge, and propitiate thereby the God of the yajna, the infinite God, by self-knowledge. 77. When the final oblation is made by surrendering the sense of separate I or jiva, the Lord Narayana, that is myself, becomes pleased. 78. In this way, many great sages have escaped from the birth-death chain and merged into my being. 79. Eknath says, in order that Uddhava should also reach that perfection which the sages were able to attain, the Lord Sri Krishna, who is the ocean of compassion, is teaching him how to negate the worldly life and realize the absolute Brahman.
वैयुद्धवाश्रयति यस्त्रिविधो विकारः मायान्तरा पतति नाद्यपवर्गयोर्यत् जन्मादयोऽस्य यदमीतव तस्य किं स्युः आद्यन्तयोर्यदसतोऽस्ति तदेव मध्ये.
Meaning of the verse: O Uddhava, the threefold modifications, which are the body, the senses, and the mind, that crop up in you, which is only an illusion, which appears in the middle and does not exist in the beginning or in the end. So, when the six states of the body take place by turns, birth, existence, growth, change, degeneration, and death, nothing happens to you who are beyond your body, as even when serpent appears on the rope of illusion, rope itself exists as a fact, so you exist as you are not affected by any changes of the body. 80. When you say, I am Uddhava, who are you really? I will tell you. 81. The three gunas are counterparts of birth, life, and death, which are under the control of Maya, who moves by your power. 82. You are different from all the activities of Maya. You are Chidatma, the spirit, and because of you, the three gunas get the energy to work. 83. If you say that when I say that gunas get energy from you, it follows that the world is real. But it is not so, because the world is itself as illusory as the water in the mirage. 84. Awareness of this world is like a mirage. Whatever appears is false, it is not real. 85. You are different from birth and death. You do not touch the three gunas, and you are, as a fact, free from this world. 86. The key of being free from this world is that there is no real existence to the world, even in its birth, status, and death. 87. It is not before beginning, it is not at the apparent end, and its appearance in the middle is simply unreal. 88. Then what is there before the beginning and at the end of the world? It is Brahman, and when the world seems to exist, there is Brahman that is, and not the world as ignorant people think. 89. For example, the mirage is not before sunrise, neither after sunset, and when in the sun rays it appears, there is no water, so it is unreal. 90. Another example, the rope exists before apparent serpent is seen. The rope exists when the illusion of serpent ends, and while we are seeing the serpent by wrong notion, it is only the rope. 91. O Uddhava, thus before the beginning and after the end, and during the existence of this world, all is our false notion, and only Brahman is there. This is supported by Vedas also. 92. So even if many upheavals in the world take place, and even though millions of births and deaths happen to the body, you are not touched by them, because you are beyond the activity and beyond withdrawal from the activity. 93. O Uddhava, you are that Brahman which is having no gunas, no attachment, no modifications, no birth, no death, no decay, no end, and no measurement. 94. Listening to these words of the Lord, Uddhava went into a great state of happiness, and he became inwardly as vast as the universe. 95. As he began to dance, the Lord himself was pleased. 96. Uddhava bowed before the Lord, thinking himself to be great and fortunate to get the blessing of God in the form of the words, You are Brahman. 97. Uddhava began to ask the inner significance of that sentence to the Lord.
उद्धव उवाच ज्ञानं विशुद्धं विपुलं यथैतत् वैराग्यविज्ञानयुतं पुराणम् आख्याहि विश्वेश्वर विश्वमूर्ते त्वद्भक्तियोगं च महद्विमृग्यम्.
Meaning of the verse. Uddhava said, O the Lord of the world, you fill the world by yourself, and you are the supporter of it. I request you to give me definite knowledge by which there will be experiencing of absolute Brahman. 98. O Vishwaksena, Vishveshwara, Vishwamurthi, Vishwambhara, please tell me that knowledge which will surely lead to the experience of reality. 99. Those who convey knowledge only verbally and are not really wise, please tell me the acute state of ascetic disposition by which the bondage of the jiva will be cut. 100. One thing is sure, that desirelessness is blind without self-knowledge. It is just like sowing the seed on a stone, and self-knowledge without support of the desirelessness is also lame. That man of knowledge understands the way to freedom, but cannot practically do anything if there is no detachment. 101. Thus, if discrimination and desirelessness will enter the temple of the heart together, then only the jiva will leave the shore of I am the body and merge into the sense of being Brahman. 102. So long as theoretical knowledge is not supported by practical experience of the state, the sense of jiva does not disappear. I request you to teach me practical course which will negate the duality of jiva and Shiva. 103. That blotless knowledge which is not having the lacunae of being contradicted by the probable impossibilities, that knowledge which is thus pure is called Shuddha Jnana, and the knowledge which cannot be challenged is Vipula or profuse Jnana. 104. Thus the knowledge of the self which cannot be disproved, and that which is accompanied with the desirelessness and practical experience of the self, and your worship and devotion may please be taught to me. 105. O Sri Krishna, who are the grace manifest in person, please tell me the state of mind in which desirelessness, knowledge, both verbal and actual realization, together with deep devotion to you, are very strong and faithful. 106. Many sages are in a very earnest search to attain your highest devotion and are waiting patiently for it, and I request you to kindly tell me about that devotion. 107. If one is supremely devoted to you, all the three types of calamities are destroyed from his life and he is liberated. Uddhava is asking the Lord about that devotion as follows.
तापत्रयेणाभिहतस्य घोरे सन्तप्यमानस्य भवाध्वनीश पश्यामि नान्यच्छरणं तवाङ्घ्रे द्वन्द्वातपत्रादमृताभिवर्षात्.
Meaning of the verse: O Lord, for a man tormented by the threefold agony brought about by destiny, others, and through our own actions, and suffering greatly in the fearful path of attaining the great state of liberation, I find no shelter other than the umbrella of your feet, which protects me from the sunshine and pours the rain of nectar on all sides. 108. There are many people who are troubled by all kinds of calamities, who are harassed by anger and passion, polluted by hope and hankering, and therefore completely caught in the chain of births and deaths. 109. They are not able even to perform ordinary duties of their worldly life. For such people who are thus suffering, the only protection is of the umbrella of your feet. 110. As I do not see any other place than your lotus feet to take shelter from the suffering in the worldly life, I have come to take the protection of your feet with all my faculties, by body, by speech, and by mind, and with devotion. 111. Ordinary umbrella gives protection from the sunshine or rain only, but the umbrella of your feet is quite different. It protects your devotee from all the calamities and the resultant tensions of the persons and renders him completely free from sins. 112. Some have come to you only through meditation, while some are merged into you because of intense feeling of hatred they held in their heart against you. Some worshipped you with simple faith, while some always brooded with fear about you. 113. Some became your friends and well-meaning persons because they are born in your race. Some were bonded to you by love, but some had passions about you and they were emancipated by personal contact with you, and some became permanently your most obedient servants. 114. In short, you were worshipped by people who took resort to your feet in many strange ways, but the effect is that they have no fear about this most troublesome worldly life. 115. Your generosity is so great that one may be your devotee or enemy or anybody intensely thinking about you. You always give your own status to them, and you are the great spiritual joy for all alike. 116. The fire in the sacrificial pit burns everything which is put into it and turns it into fire, and even if by accident anything touches it, the result is the same. 117. Similarly, O Lord Sri Krishna, you remove the calamities of people and give them your own status, without distinction about the way in which they approach you. 118. As the umbrella of your feet is always warding off the heat of the sunshine and raining the nectar of your grace, of your blessing, I have surrendered myself there. 119. Eknath says Uddhava is now going to tell the nature of the fear inherent in the worldly life, to escape from which he has surrendered to the feet of the Lord.
दष्टञ्जनं सम्पतितं विलेऽस्मिन् कालाहिना क्षुद्रसुखोरुतर्षम् समुद्धरैनं कृपयापवर्गैः वचोभिरासिञ्च महानुभाव.
Meaning of the verse: kindly lift up once for all this creature fallen deep into this abyss of birth and death, and bitten by the snake of death, and seized by the great thirst for trifling delights of senses. And please soothe me with nectar-like words, showing the way of liberation, O Lord of immense glory. 120. In the cave of this worldly life, there is the well of home and wife in which people have fallen, and the serpent of death has bitten them with great vehemence, and they are suffering greatly. 121. The poison of that snake is spreading throughout their body, but being provoked by the pride, they are illusioned, and still they desire for more carnal pleasures. 122. That poison of the serpent is so powerful that the really bitter sensations are tuned by it into sweetness, and the sweetest thing in the world, namely the Atman, is turned by it into a bitter thing. 123. The pleasure-giving objects are more dangerous than poison, because poison kills once only, while these objects increase man's desire to enjoy them again and again. So much dangerous is this serpent. 124. Objects are pure poison. Fools become slave to them, and they hanker more and more for those pleasures. 125. So emancipation of such persons who are drowned in the mine of lust and vicious network of vulgar pleasures is necessary. O Lord, you may say that if these people do penance and try to improve themselves, I may save them. 126. But O Lord, unless you bestow your kind blessings, crores of such efforts are wasted. O Sri Krishna, only your grace will make men free even from the touch of worldly things. 127. O the reservoir of bliss, O the endless, O Krishnanath, please listen to my request. All these people may be sprinkled with the nectar of the sweet stories of your adventures, which will be enough to emancipate them. 128. Even if a man is given one drop of the nectar of your life story and your mission, it will relieve him from the poison of this worldly life and create a special state of mind which is full of your blessings. 129. Now, O Lord, you might ask me, why are you insisting upon emancipation for all people? All are not praying you for liberation. 130. Then I say that is it not proper action to take up a blind man fallen in a well and send him further safely? Similarly, I request you to relieve the ignorant who are suffering heavily from their misery. 131. The reason why people have become blind is that they are bitten by the serpent, which is worldly life. They have forgotten their real bliss of the state of Atman and are attracted to bodily pleasures. 132. Really, O Krishna, please be kind to these poor people and give them liberation. So saying, Uddhava put his head at the feet of the Lord and prayed to him. 133. Listening to his request, the Lord decided to tell him the highest knowledge, discussions about which had taken place in earlier days in a conference. 134. That was conference in which many philosopher kings, divine sages, the realized Brahma sages, and many tapasas, as well as seers of great powers and knowledge had gathered. 135. The Lord shall now tell Uddhava the knowledge which was discussed in that conference. Eknath, the disciple of Janardana, requests the audience to pay proper attention to it. 136. When the question of ancient wisdom comes up in our mind, who was the teacher of that knowledge? He himself, the Lord. and that wisdom came into being only in the mind of the Lord. Uddhava began to listen with great respect and wonder.
श्रीभगवानुवाच इत्थमेतत्पुरा राजा भीष्मम् धर्मभृताम् वरम् अजातशत्रुः पप्रच्छ सर्वेषाम् नो न शृण्वताम्.
Meaning of the verse: the Lord said, in the old days, Dharma, who had no enemy in all the three worlds, asked similar question in a gathering of sages to Bhishma, who is the most learned in religion, while all of us were listening. 137. The Lord Sri Krishna said, Dharma had asked similar question to Bhishma when the latter was lying on the bed of the arrows before his death. 138. Yeah.
I will pause over here and we'll continue that story because the topic changes and it's getting more beautiful. Wait till tomorrow when Venkatesh would read it for us. Lovely reading, Sajid ji. And the tone was so controlled and so calming. It was just like, felt like you should not stop this and continue reading. It was beautiful tone. Please share your thoughts.
Yeah, actually, it was, I mean, every verse is full of so much of meaning. Starts with 71 about pure devotion to Lord. I mean, it starts with 71 about devotion. So, the God describes about devotees who worship with their heart. I mean, full with highest form of perfection, and through knowledge also. So when they worship, they place their heart in the yajna. That means they offer everything to the Lord. That means the boundaries are called shama, dhamma, and virakti actually. Yeah. So he also talks about the churning of the mind actually, like the arani here, where the churning rod and the fire. So how you actually get rid of your desires and unwanted tendencies, like by this churning action. It's like a sadhana. Yeah. So it describes the gunas, how you actually offer the gunas in the yajna. The sattva guna is the ghee, and the rajas and tamas are the articles of oblation. And the wooden ladle is like compared to desirelessness. And the yogic kriyas are the mantras. That verse is quite nice. There's 75. Yeah. So it's like getting rid of your lower tendencies, like killing the beast, which is by the objects of desire that are actually continuously bombarding us every day. Yeah. So when this oblation is made by surrendering the sense of the separate jiva or I, the Lord becomes pleased, and he actually bestows his blessings on us. It's also an escape from this cycle of birth and death, which is described in this OV 78 actually. Then he comes to then comes to 80, where he's describing who are you. When you say I am Uddhava, who are you really? That is actually trying to explain the Veda, like the true nature of our true nature. He's trying to God is describing here, whereas it's not the gunas that or the maya that control us, but it is something beyond that. So you are different from the activities of maya, and you are chidatma, the spirit, and these gunas are what control. These gunas are part of the maya or prakriti actually. And 83, the world is described as elusive. So these few verses are give the examples of the mirage as well as the the snake and the rope. What is real and what is an illusion. Yeah. And here about existence, a few verses about existence, that means the beginning, the middle, and the end of So actually, in essence, these verses are talking about the true nature of jiva. That is you are Brahman and not the gunas or the or Maya. And here Uddhava gets he he understands in verse 94, and he goes into the state of bliss or happiness, and he begins to dance here. And he asks the Lord to explain that knowledge of the reality. So actually the last few verses are that self knowledge. Yeah, I think that is somewhat in a short what anybody else can.
But that's ended up very interesting. Anybody has any thought to share? So then tomorrow, Venkatesh, yes.
Varshaji, in movie 101, thus if discrimination and desirelessness enter the temple of a heart. So here the discrimination means there should be no
Viveka.
discrimination, right?
No, we should have a Viveka Buddhi. It is not the
Viveka.
English discrimination.
Okay, understand. I was trying to get
We
that
should
word.
be able to have a discrimination between the real and the unreal.
It is like sama dukkha sukha swastaha, that.
Yeah, and also we are thinking the world is real, right?
Hmm.
So we are enjoying the world. And that one joy is not sufficient. We go to multiple joys. And after getting that, even if that desire of that object is fulfilled, another 10 desires come up and we run behind that. Why? Because we don't have discrimination. So if we would have had a good discrimination, we would not get tired running like this behind the world. So when we have the discrimination, automatically the desirelessness will come. But right now, I want to fulfill my desires from whatever I see out in the world. I want wife, I want husband, I want children. Then I want a job, I want a house. Then I want a car. Okay, then what? No, then a bigger house and a bigger car. Then bigger things to wear and big branded things to wear. Okay, simple school kids were going. Now I want them to go in this international school. I know, I want to send them abroad. Where is the desire? So I have one doctor friend over here in this village, the neighboring village. World is going in one direction. He has put his son in the government local school. Doesn't go to pick and let him sit over there with anybody, mingle like that in the government school. He should learn life, is what his vision is. What we do, what our desires are there, we project on our children. They should get the best, and we did not get this, so they should do. And we keep. But so over here, English medium school has to be happen, convent school has to happen, another international school. It's like the competition is like that. But this one in a local Malayalam medium school, he has put his son. If we get a chance, when y'all, and probably I should take you to see his Ayurveda clinic and his house, which is mind blowing and great job he's doing. And whatever little bit I do over here, and I post sometimes here and there, he got inspired from that, and he started making Go Puja as a every Thursday affair over there, and make his patients do the Go Puja, and every week. And like this something like I'll do for Deepavali something and I'll post. I'll do it. Then I'm celebrating like this. No, from Onam one posting happened, from this that posting happened, Navratri posting. So now he wants to form a institution where all Hindu festivals from North India to South India, according to the calendar, are celebrated and shown as a model that how festival and what is the science. And so it can happen, we don't know where, what we are doing and what triggers to whom. And so it's completely he's having a discrimination power higher. He's going out in the world to run his clinic, but the intention is to root like that. So you are expanding at the same time, but rooted in something. So the point what I wanted to say was like that. But
Yes.
for us, what happens many times, we in the desire to expand, we lose the discriminative power, and then we get lost into that desire because another 10 desires have cropped up. So this desirelessness and discrimination is in that sense.
So here discrimination will be taken as a viveka.
Yes, always. Anytime when we hear in Vedanta discrimination, we will never bring the English discrimination. We will, because there is no other word for Viveka Buddhi. It's to discriminate between the Sat and the Asat. This is all it is about.
Thank you, Vishnu.
Mm. Okay, so let's.
There are a lot of very, very nice. OB 111, ordinary umbrella gives protection from the sunshine or rain only, but the umbrella of your feet is quite different. It protects your devotees from all calamities and resultant tensions of the people and renders him completely free of sin. This is a very beautiful OB. And over that, one more, this one he was saying, OB 131, uh, OV 129. And Lord, you might ask me, why are you insisting upon emancipation of all the people? All the people are not praying for liberation. Then I said that the proper action is to take a blind man fallen in a well and send him safely. Similarly, I request you to relieve the ignorant who are suffering heavily from their misery. This is another beautiful, this one, touched heart actually.
So
So
nice of you,
about the
Venkatesh, to bring out these OVs and reread that. Very nice.
these are the 2 points I had to tell because I think lot of OVs are on that the lotus feet and the nectar falling. I mean, it's so. I mean, when you think about it only, now there is nothing more we really need for
Exactly.
running
It
the.
thrills the heart inside something happens and just reading Uddhava's thing, we feel so happy. That momentary happiness we have. We should just pray that we also get firmly rooted and our momentarily joys that we derive from such reading, it stays with us and we remain in these thoughts. So tomorrow we start with 138. Okay? That's end for
Yeah.
today.
I just
Oh,
wanted to tell. Usha ji, I don't know, but there is some program which is being done. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not too sure whether I need to be there. I will be forced. In case I don't come, then I'll post it well in advance by afternoon, and then I will take up Thursday, madam. But I do not want to actually go, but I do not have a control around that.
if
So
you are free on Thursday, then you fix on Thursday for you. Then tomorrow we can ask Lata ji. If Lata ji are free tomorrow, she can read tomorrow. So if your if and but is not there, then Thursday
yeah,
you do the reading. Then she can do tomorrow's reading. So you
so
are
kind of
free,
you.
right? Yes.
Yeah,
So Thursday
Thursday
you
I'm
do the
free.
reading. Yeah. So Thursday you
Okay,
do the reading. Lata ji, tomorrow you can read. So
Yes,
1:30.
yes.
Yeah. So then there is no
thank you.
pressure. You are also mentally free.
Okay, thank you very much, Usha.
My pleasure. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु Hariom everyone. Thank you for
Hariom.
joining.
Thank you.
See you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hariom.
Thank you very much, Usha.
Hariom.
Hariom Varsha ji.
Hariom, my dear.